The ability to do work, energy. Energy is what powers movement and change in everything around us.
Imagine trying to move a heavy piece of furniture across your living room without any help. The struggle you experience in trying to push or lift the furniture is similar to how energy is required to perform work. Just as you need strength and effort to successfully move the furniture from one place to another, energy is the strength or fuel that enables any form of work to be done. Whether it's moving an object, heating a room, or lighting a bulb. In this way, the muscle power you exert to shift the furniture is analogous to the energy required in physics to accomplish tasks or cause changes in the state of an object.
The energy of a moving object, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy an object has because of its motion.
Imagine you're trying to push a heavy shopping cart up a hill. Just like how you need to exert more effort to move the cart faster or up the slope, an object in motion possesses kinetic energy, which depends on its mass and speed. The harder you push the cart, the more energy you transfer to it, increasing its speed, similar to how kinetic energy increases with greater mass and velocity of an object.
The energy an object has from its position or condition, like a ball on a hill or a stretched spring. Potential energy is stored energy in an object due to its position or state.
Imagine you're holding a mug of coffee, balancing it carefully as you walk across a room. Just like the mug poised in your hand, ready to spill with the slightest misstep, potential energy is all about the stored energy an object has due to its position or condition. Like a ball perched on a hill or a spring coiled tight, the mug's potential to spill mirrors the ball's potential to roll down the hill, or the spring's potential to uncoil, as both scenarios involve energy waiting to be released.
The force that opposes motion between two surfaces that are touching. Friction is the resistance you feel when you slide one object over another.
Imagine trying to slide a heavy couch across a carpeted living room floor. This struggle is similar to the concept of friction, which is the force that opposes motion between two surfaces that are touching. Just as the resistance from the carpet makes it difficult to move the couch, friction acts as a resisting force that slows down or prevents the sliding motion between two surfaces, like the couch and the carpet. Imagine trying to slide a heavy couch across a carpeted living room floor. This struggle is similar to the concept of friction, which is the force that opposes motion between two surfaces that are touching. Just as the resistance from the carpet makes it difficult to move the couch, friction acts as a resisting force that slows down or prevents the sliding motion between two surfaces, like the couch and the carpet. This struggle is similar to the concept of friction, which is the force that opposes motion between two surfaces that are touching. Just as the
A material that releases energy when burned, like wood, coal, or oil. Fuel. Fuel is a substance that provides energy when it undergoes a chemical reaction, such as burning.
Imagine you're trying to start a campfire with damp wood and it takes forever to catch fire and produce heat. This situation is similar to how certain materials, like dry wood, coal, or oil, are much more efficient energy sources because they have a higher ability to release energy when ignited. Just like how dry wood is easier to burn and provides more warmth, Fuels like coal or oil are rich in energy content, making them effective at releasing energy quickly and efficiently when burned.
A repeating disturbance that transfers energy through matter or space. Wave. In simple terms, a wave is a way energy moves from one place to another, like how ocean waves travel across the sea.
Imagine trying to pass a message across a crowded room without moving from your spot. Just as you would need to rely on a series of people repeating your message until it reaches the intended recipient, a wave transfers energy through a medium by passing it along from one particle to the next. In this analogy, each person represents a particle in the medium. The message is the energy, and the act of passing the message along is akin to the disturbance that travels through the medium, illustrating how waves transfer energy across distances.
The thermal energy transferred from a warmer object to a cooler object. Heat. Heat is the energy that moves from something hot to something cold.
Imagine you're at a crowded party, and one friend is monopolizing the conversation, talking nonstop while others barely get a word in. This scenario is similar to how thermal energy flows from a warmer object to a cooler object as the warm object dominates by transferring its energy to the cooler one. Just as the talkative friend transfers their conversation to a quieter group, resulting in a more balanced discussion. Thermal energy moves from the warmer object to the cooler one until both are at the same temperature, achieving equilibrium.
How hot or cold something is, it is determined by the kinetic energy of its particles. Temperature. Temperature is a measure of how fast the particles in a substance are moving.
Imagine you're stuck in traffic, and the flow of cars seems to dictate how long your journey will take. This situation is similar to how the temperature of an object is determined by the speed and movement of its particles. Just as the density and speed of cars influence how quickly you can reach your destination, the kinetic energy of particles determines whether an object feels hot or cold. Faster moving particles in a material mean higher kinetic energy and a higher temperature, much like a faster traffic flow means a quicker trip.
A material or an energy source in the environment, like trees, water, or wind, is called a natural resource. Natural resources are materials or energy we find in nature that humans use for survival and development.
Imagine you are trying to find a reliable Wi-Fi signal in a crowded cafe. Just like a strong Wi-Fi signal provides the connectivity needed to browse the internet, natural resources such as trees, water, and wind provide the essential materials and energy needed for our daily lives. In both cases, identifying and utilizing these resources optimally allows us to stay connected and function efficiently, whether it's staying online or supporting life and development.
A resource that is replaced by nature more quickly than it is consumed is a renewable resource. In simple terms, a renewable resource is something like sunlight or wind that we can use repeatedly because nature keeps making more of it.
Imagine juggling household chores and ensuring the laundry basket never overflows. Just like how you manage to wash clothes at a pace that keeps the pile from becoming unmanageable, a renewable resource is replenished by nature faster than we use it. Here, the laundry basket represents the resource, the dirty clothes are the consumption, and the washing machine is nature's ability to replenish it. As long as you wash clothes regularly, the basket stays manageable. Just like how renewable resources remain sustainable when nature can keep up with our usage.
A natural resource that is consumed faster than it can be created is called a non-renewable resource. In simple terms, non renewable resources like coal and oil can't be replaced quickly once they're used up.
Imagine you have a jar of your favorite cookies that you love to eat, but you only get a new batch once a month. Just like how we might eat all the cookies in a week and then have none left for the rest of the month, non-renewable resources are consumed much faster than they can be replenished. In this analogy, the cookies represent the natural resource, your rate of eating represents the consumption rate, and the infrequent cookie refills mirror the slow natural process of resource formation.
An energy source made of the remains of organisms that lived long ago, like coal or oil. Fossil fuel is a natural fuel formed from the remains of ancient plants and animals buried over millions of years.
Imagine you have a piggy bank where you've been saving coins over many years, but you haven't added anything recently. Just like relying on those saved coins when you need extra cash, fossil fuels are like Earth's piggy bank, filled with energy from ancient organisms that lived millions of years ago. The coins represent the accumulated energy stored in coal or oil, and just as the piggy bank eventually empties, if not replenished, fossil fuels are finite resources that can be used up over time.
Heat energy released from within the Earth. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the natural heat that comes from the Earth's interior, which we can use to generate electricity or heat buildings.
Imagine you're trying to find warmth on a chilly day by seeking out a sunlit spot in your house. Just like how the sunlight streaming through your window provides warmth from an external source, geothermal energy is like tapping into the Earth's internal sun for heat. In this analogy, the Earth's core acts as the sun, radiating heat outward, and geothermal plants are like the windows that capture and harness this natural warmth to provide energy for us to use.
The splitting of an atomic nucleus into smaller nuclei and neutrons, this releases energy. Nuclear fission is a process where a heavy nucleus breaks apart to release lots of energy.
Imagine trying to untangle a tightly knotted ball of yarn that's been sitting in your drawer for years. Just like when you finally pull apart that stubborn knot, releasing a cascade of smaller, more manageable strands of yarn, nuclear fission involves splitting a tightly bound atomic nucleus into smaller nuclei and neutrons. The energy released when the knot is untangled, allowing the yarn to flow freely, is like the energy released during nuclear fission when the nucleus splits, freeing up energy that was previously trapped in that tight configuration.
The combining of two nuclei to form a single nucleus, this releases energy. Nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is a process where two light atomic nuclei merge to form a heavier nucleus, releasing a large amount of energy, like in the sun.
Imagine trying to combine two small balls of dough to make one larger, more robust ball for baking. This is similar to nuclear fusion, where two small atomic nuclei merge to form a single, larger nucleus. Just as combining dough balls can create a larger, more useful piece of dough for your baking needs, when two atomic nuclei combine, they release energy, providing a more stable nucleus, much like creating a perfect dough ball ready for baking.
The careful management and use of resources. Conservation. Conservation in science is about protecting and preserving natural resources to ensure they are available for future generations.
Imagine you have a limited amount of phone battery left and you're not near a charger. Just as you carefully decide which apps to use and reduce screen brightness to make your battery last longer, conservation involves managing resources like energy or water to ensure they aren't depleted too quickly. In both cases, whether it's battery life or natural resources, the key is to prioritize usage and minimize waste to prolong availability, highlighting the importance of careful management.
Recovering useful material from waste for reuse. Recycling. Recycling is the process of converting waste into reusable materials to conserve resources and reduce pollution.
Imagine you're cleaning out your closet and you find clothes you haven't worn in years. Just like deciding which clothes can be repurposed into something new, recycling involves sorting through waste to find materials that can be reused. In both scenarios, you're identifying items that still have value, whether it's a shirt that can be turned into a cleaning rag or a plastic bottle that can be transformed into a new product.
A mixture of gasoline and alcohol that is used as a fuel. Gasohol is a blend of gasoline and ethanol used to power vehicles.
Imagine trying to quench your thirst with a drink that's both refreshing and energizing, like mixing water with a splash of juice for flavor. Gasohol is similar in that it's a blend designed to enhance the performance of something else, in this case, fuel. Just as the juice adds flavor and a slight energy boost to water, the alcohol in gasohol increases the octane level and helps the gasoline burn more efficiently, providing a more balanced and effective fuel for vehicles.
The percentage of energy input that a machine converts to work output. Efficiency. Efficiency is a measure of how well energy is converted into useful work by a machine or process.
Imagine you're trying to fill a leaky bucket with water, but no matter how much water you pour in, only a portion stays inside while the rest spills out. This is similar to how a machine converts energy input into work output, where only a certain percentage of the energy is efficiently used, while the rest is lost, often as heat or sound. Just as the leaky bucket only holds on to some of the water you add, a machine only converts a portion of the energy it receives into useful work, highlighting the concept of efficiency as the percentage of energy input that is successfully transformed into work output.
Organic matter or animal waste that can be burned for energy. Biomass. Biomass is material from plants and animals that can be used as a renewable energy source.
Picture the challenge of cleaning up fallen leaves in your backyard every autumn. Just like how you gather those leaves to either compost or burn them for warmth, biomass involves collecting organic matter or animal waste to generate energy. In this analogy, the leaves represent the organic matter or waste, and burning them to warm your home is akin to burning biomass for energy, transforming a natural byproduct into a useful resource.
A fossil fuel made of decayed plant material. Coal. It is a black or brownish black rock that is burned to produce energy.
Imagine trying to clean out an old attic filled with items that have accumulated dust and cobwebs over decades. Just like the attic holds objects from the past that have slowly transformed from their original state, coal is formed from ancient plant material that has decayed and compressed over millions of years. In this analogy, the dusty items represent the decayed plants. The attic is like the Earth's layers where coal forms, and the dust and cobwebs signify the transformation process that turns simple plant matter into a dense, energy-rich fossil fuel.
Electricity generated from flowing water. Hydroelectric energy. It's a method of producing electricity using the movement of water, typically through dams, to turn turbines.
Imagine you're trying to fill a bucket with water from a flowing stream, but the bucket has a small hole at the bottom. Just like you use the water flowing into the bucket to maintain a steady level despite the leak, hydroelectric energy uses the flow of water to generate a continuous supply of electricity, in both cases. The key is harnessing the movement of water in the stream to keep your bucket full and in a river to spin turbines that produce electricity, transforming a natural flow into a useful resource.
A fossil fuel often found in underground rock layers. Natural gas. Natural gas is a flammable gas mixture primarily made up of methane used as an energy source.
Imagine you're trying to get the last bit of toothpaste out of a nearly empty tube. Just like squeezing that tube to extract the remaining toothpaste, extracting natural gas involves accessing and releasing the fuel trapped within the layers of underground rock. The rock layers act like the walls of the toothpaste tube, holding the natural gas, while the extraction process is akin to the squeezing action needed to access what's inside.
The energy released when the nuclei of atoms are split or combined. Nuclear energy. It is the powerful energy generated in the core of an atom when tiny particles are split apart or fused together.
Imagine trying to open a tightly sealed jar of pickles. When you finally succeed, there's a sudden release of pressure. Similarly, nuclear energy involves the release of energy when the nuclei of atoms are split, like opening the jar or combined. Just as the pressure buildup in the jar is released and can knock the lid off with force, the energy stored in atomic nuclei is unleashed when they're split apart or fused together, powering everything from electricity plants to the sun itself.
The energy from sunlight, solar energy. Solar energy is power obtained by harnessing the sun's light and heat.
Imagine trying to charge your phone, but the charger is tangled and you can't use it efficiently. Just like untangling a charger allows electricity to flow freely into your phone, solar panels harness sunlight efficiently when they are properly aligned and placed. In both cases, the act of organizing, untangling the charger, or positioning solar panels ensures that energy, electricity for your phone, and sunlight for solar panels is effectively captured and utilized, highlighting the importance of correct setup for optimal energy use.
A black liquid fossil fuel that is non-renewable. Petroleum. It is a natural substance formed from ancient microorganisms that is used to produce energy and various products.
Imagine you have a favorite chocolate cake that you can only enjoy once because there's just one slice left. Similarly, petroleum is like that last slice of cake. It's a finite resource that we've been consuming over millions of years. Just as you can't bake another cake without more ingredients, we can't renew petroleum once it's used up, highlighting its non-renewable nature and preciousness.
A material that slows the transfer of heat energy. Insulation. It keeps heat inside during winter and outside during summer, acting like a thermal barrier.
Imagine you're trying to keep a secret from spreading at a family gathering. Just like keeping that secret requires whispering to only a few trusted people to prevent it from rapidly spreading, insulation works to slow down the transfer of heat energy from one side to the other. In this analogy, the secret is the heat energy, the trusted individuals are the insulating material, and the family gathering is the environment. Just as the secret stays contained with the trusted individuals, the heat energy remains contained within the insulated area, preventing it from spreading too quickly.
The energy of the moving particles in an object. Thermal energy. Thermal energy is the heat generated by the movement of tiny particles within a substance.
Imagine trying to keep a crowded room of excited children calm at a birthday party. Just like the energy and movement of these children bouncing around, thermal energy is the energy of particles moving within an object. The more the children move and the more excited they become, the more energy they have, similar to how faster moving particles in an object mean it has more thermal energy.